Welcome to the Seal Podcast. I'm David, and I'm filling in for Fraser because he's decided to work today.
Boo.
What? Boo! So on my left is Neil.
Hello.
Hello. And hopefully Fraser will be coming in at some point. But sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. So how are you, Neil?
I'm okay. Ish. I guess.
Okay-ish.
Yeah, I'm
I
alive
like,
and
I like the fact
breathing.
you preference your okayness with ish.
Yeah. I'm
So,
still have a cough and
ah,
it's quite annoying. And I don't sleep when I should sleep. So, mm.
that's because you
But
work nights. Yeah.
yeah, I was trying to get it sleeping nights and I went to bed. Well, I fell asleep yesterday evening for a couple of hours, which was a bit of a nightmare because I had buckle sleep. And then went to bed at about 2:30. Woke up at 5 a.m. wide awake. I was like, no, this is not good. And then fell asleep probably about 9 o'clock until 3 o'clock this afternoon. I was like, oh, for fuck's
Oh,
sake.
mate. So you're all
So,
over the place.
yep, great. There's my
Yeah.
first F bomb for the night. Maybe more, I don't know.
It has been mentioned.
Yes, maybe we'll get to that shortly.
No, but yeah, I used to work nights, and yeah, it's a pain. The advice that you can give is just try and go sleep and do sleep when you're supposed to. So in the day, like get 6 to 8 hours if you're working nights, and then as soon as you finish nights, get back onto the day into your day routine. But it's so hard.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
working 3 nights
But
and then trying to get on sleeping nights is. Well, I used to be able to do it, but I was fucking just all over the place and it's annoying. There's another one.
and it doesn't help when there's people about all day and all night playing video games. You think,
Mm.
oh, I'll just pop on
It's
and,
usually
and play
me.
for a little bit. Yeah. So
Oh
yeah,
dear.
I caught you and Fraser. I didn't say caught.
Well, you was
I
obviously up then.
noticed. Yeah, I was up as well. But I noticed that you two are on at like 2 o'clock in the morning playing Hunt, and I was like, God, what's Neil doing Hunt playing? I was like, yeah,
It's because
yeah,
I
it's
don't
not
sleep.
because you don't sleep. So
Yes.
yeah, no, yeah, I will get onto my sleeping habits later as well because that's something
Ooh.
I recently found out that well, I kind of always knew, but I'm pretty bad. But we'll talk about that later.
Okie doke.
How is the footy?
Right. Well, we should probably mention it is episode 209 because we don't think we said that. But
No, no. Normally I have a script, and then Neil's like,
yeah,
"You're hosting." I was like,
yeah.
"Oh shit."
Like I say, I've got a cough and I've got a load of football talk to do, so I don't really want to be chatting all the time. Hopefully, Fraser will join us shortly,
Yeah,
but we'll see.
we will
Hopefully, his
see.
boss is not working him too hard on a Friday. So yeah, football game week 21 finally wrapped up Monday night last week. Well, this week.
Did.
And so just to quickly run through the fixtures that were over the space of about 15 days or something stupid. Burnley and Luton kicked things off with a draw. Chelsea then beat Fulham. Man City beat Newcastle. Everton and Villa drew. Man United, I should say. Spurs drew as well. And Arsenal beat Palace. Christians in the chat will like this. Brentford beat Forest. Somewhat controversially. And Sheffield United and West Ham drew. Liverpool beat Bournemouth. And Brighton and Wolves then drew 0-0 Monday night. We'll talk about that in a moment, I think, the Forest part. So the bonus points for each match was for Amdouni of Burnley, Cold Palmer of Chelsea. Certain Kevin De Bruyne come back for Man City, played 20 odd minutes, got all 3 bonus points. Emi Martinez of Aston Villa, the goalkeeper. What's his name? Hoyland? I can't remember what his first name is. Of Man United. Gabriel Martinelli of Arsenal came off the bench and got 3 bonus points. And Ivan Toney got Brentford. They got the 3 bonus points in that game against Forest. James Ward-Prowse, West Ham. Diogo Jota of Liverpool and Luke, as in that's what he was being called for the whole game, pretty much by a certain Jermaine Genius on the film. But his actual name is Jason Steele of Brighton.
Why was he call him Luke?
I fuck knows. I don't know who Luke Steele is. I'm like, what? Like someone pointed it out on Twitter that he's literally said every single time it was like Luke Steele for the whole of the first half. And I think eventually, at some point in the second half, he started calling him Jason Steele. And I'm like, I don't know who told him, but like, why they didn't tell him within like the first.
He had a wrong number sheet in front of him or something.
I don't know. I don't know who Luke Steele is. Maybe there's a famous Luke Steele somewhere else, but I don't know. It's quite funny. Luke Steele was a keeper when Jermaine Genius played, apparently. So obviously he'd still be playing now for Brighton. But yeah, that was amusing. Less amusing for the Forest fans was Ivan Toney's goal, where they were given a free kick just outside the penalty area, for those who don't follow the football. And as people may know, referees carry a can of what appears to be shaving foam around with them to mark free kicks out and walls and stuff, so that people don't cheat. And so he sprayed the foam for where the free kick was supposed to be taken, and as he walked away to mark out the 10 yards and spray the foam for the wall to stand, Ivan Toney moved the ball and scooped up a bit of shaving foam stuff and moved the shaving foam as well. So when the referee turned round, he didn't notice that he'd fucking changed it.
Yeah. Is it in the rules that you're not allowed to do that?
I'm pretty sure it comes under the sort of headline of unsportsmanlike conduct, so it's not specifically in the rules, I don't think. But it's definitely not in the rules that you can do it. So either way, it's not really sporting. And obviously at free kicks, he was. They obviously form a wall to try and stop people scoring direct from the free kick. And where he moved the ball to his right, the Nottingham Forest baller was lining up as he did it, and they didn't move to their left to cover the extra space that he'd made. And so he just like pinned it straight round the wall into the bottom corner. And the keeper was literally the other side of the goal, doing his job. But yeah, there's been lots of discussion about whether it was fair. Obviously, it's not really fair. But the referee or the VAR or whoever should have stopped it. But Nottingham Forest players definitely noticed that he'd moved it. So it was within their power to like go, maybe we should just move the ball.
Yeah,
but if he's not going to get made to put the ball back,
or maybe can ask the ref to do a VAR decision on it.
There was definitely a conversation going on between one of the defenders in the wall and the goalkeeper. But yeah, for whatever reason, they didn't move, and he put it straight back past the wall. It was like when you see the actual free kick, it's like, why was the wall so far over there? Yeah, because that's why. So yeah, anyway, hard luck for Forest because. They've been on a good run, to be fair. But it keeps it interesting down the bottom for Luton, especially as they might get a points penalty. I don't know if they will, because they did kind of get the money in. It was a few days late getting the money in to cover their losses. So they might be all right. I suspect they may be okay. But we don't know. Everton got done anyway. And they're up for another points deduction as well. So we'll see what happens there. That doesn't really affect the FPL. Just a note on the Arsenal game. Arsenal won 5-0, and one of the goals in that game was an own goal by the keeper for Bournemouth. But today, that's been given back to Gabriel.
Crystal Palace.
Palace, yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's been given back to Gabriel because the shot was on target. Well, he's a header from a corner or whatever. So he headed it on target, and as the keeper went down, it hit him on the head and went in. It completely changed the direction the ball was going, but it was going in. If the keeper hadn't touched it, it would have gone in. And any other time the keeper touches it, but it's going in, it's still whoever's shot's goal. But for some reason they gave it as no goal. I was like, that's not a fucking own goal on the day. But it was going in.
It's like if a ball gets a deflection off a defender and it goes
exactly. As long as it's going in the first, if it's on target, it still counts as the goal to whoever had the shot. Because obviously it wouldn't have been a goal without them having the shot. So at the time, I was like, that's not an own goal. But for whatever reason, on the day, they gave it as an own goal. Today, they've given it back to Gabriel. Unfortunately, for anyone in FPL, that doesn't get corrected in FPL.
No.
Because it only happens whatever's happened at the end of the 90 minutes.
Right, okay.
Which is quite annoying because Saka was the guy who put the ball in for Gabriel, who was my captain. And when they gave it to own goal, Gabriel got an assist instead of a goal and Saka gets bugger all. So I was quite pissed off. That's why I was fuming on the day. I got over
Right.
it. I got over it because
Okay.
Martinelli came off the bench. He was in my team, scored 2 goals, got 3 bonus points. He's both been transferred out of my team afterwards, anyway, because I'm on a wild card. I had a drop because Martinelli didn't start the game. I was like, that's it. However long gone in the game, Saka got his assist ruled out. I was like, fuck this. I'm fucking had enough of this. Played the wild card during the game. And yeah, they've both been hoofed at the moment. The player of the week was Diogo Jota of Liverpool. He got 19 points. He got 2 goals, 1 assist, got a point for a clean sheet, and obviously the 3 bonus points. I don't know if that's the biggest haul of a single player all season. It sounds quite high, 19 points. I don't remember one being more than that. But I don't know, I might be wrong. I think Ollie Watkins had an 18-pointer, but I think 19 might be the most this season. So, all of that means the top scorers in the league, the average score on the whole competition was 47 points. My son, yet again, was top scored on the week, 79 points, brought in Kevin De Bruyne and captained him. And he comes off the bench, plays 20-odd minutes.
Where does he pull this
scores
stuff out from?
and assists, get us all the bonus points.
Honestly, like
Yeah.
how I don't understand.
He's
how...
got the Midas touch at the moment, it seems, but hopefully that will run out. Mark Allport was second highest scorer on the week, 74 points, and my wife, 72 points, third highest scorer. So it's been a struggle in this house, I can assure you, over the last few weeks. The top 3 in the league. Oh, I should probably put it up on the screen, shouldn't I? I keep forgetting. So I can't do 2 things at once. I can't talk and fucking operate this thing. You'll be pleased to hear. There you go. How many F-bombs is that now? There was another one there.
4 or 5, I think.
I reckon it's more than that. So yeah, the top 3 in the league, as you can see if you're watching, Adam is still top, 1,292 points. David Kinsit holding on to second place, 1,223, and Nathan Suleiman is 1,214 in third. I did slump down the league to about 6th or 7th at one point during the week, but I'll go back up to 4th by the end of the week, so I'm 12-10. So
yep,
that was an interesting week. I don't like the fact it was over such a long time. We're still not this weekend. We've still not got any Premier League games because it's FA Cup now, and the next Premier League game is Tuesday night.
yes.
So that's your next deadline.
Yep. So, well, below you in 4th is your wife.
Yeah.
Fraser's.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
Yeah,
down to 8th is 1190. So there's 100. What's that? 102 points between 8th and 1st. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So, yeah, it's close up. Well, it's close up until 1st.
Yes, yeah, my boy's just running away with it quite annoyingly.
Yep.
But yeah, there's quite good scores all around the league. There was a few low ones, Dave. Not the worst in the league last week, Dave, but
No, I know. I'm not far off though, was it?
Yeah.
It was
depends on what your definition of far is, really. It was lower than the average, put it that way. That wasn't great.
I'm waiting for the updated Wildcard, and I'm just gonna junk my whole team again and start again.
Like I say, I've played the second Wildcard now. I keep chopping and changing because obviously Salah's injured as well. You're injured in the AFCON, so looks like he'll be out 3-4 weeks. Hopefully Haaland's back for the game on Tuesday. He's not in the squad tonight. They're playing Spurs in the Cup tonight. Still 0-0, I think.
I've played my bench boost and I've kept Haaland on the bench.
Ooh, interesting. I hope you've got some players who are actually playing.
Me too.
So, yeah, onto the head-to-heads. Oh, yeah, before we move on, there was big news today. The Liverpool fans are probably crying still. Jurgen Klopp has announced he is leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. So
I did hear something about that on the news. Yeah. They were on about I don't know, people were upset about that or something.
Yeah, well, he's done pretty well since he joined Liverpool. He's won the league, first time in fuck knows, there's another one.
Right.
God knows how long, and won the league, Champions League, whatever. Nearly won the league again or whatever. So yeah, might win the league this year. You never know. Maybe they're in full competition still. Maybe we'll do the quadruple. You never know in his last season. But that would be a very big, tall order. So anyway, as I was saying, onto the head-to-heads. The last week's scores. Adam, surprisingly enough, beat Andy Cox. Phil Taylor then beat the average. You lost to Chipper Spice, Dave.
I know.
Lewis,
Yeah, wasn't much in it.
about 9 points. But there you go. Lewis beat Chris Jackson. Mike Redmond beat Luciano. Fraser lost to me. It's a shame he's not here, isn't it? I was hoping he'd be here by now, but there we go. And D. Felice lost to my wife. And Christian, who's in the chat, beat Elusive Matt. Which means on top, my son is on 49 points. Second place equal is Fraser and Lewis on 39 points. So he's 10 points clear. It's ridiculous. It's quite annoying. Mike Redmond in 37, my wife in 36. Then it's pretty tight-ish. 3 points between the next sort of 7 or 8 places. And then, Dave 24, Andy Cox, strongest team in the league, 21 points. So the head-to-head league continues to throw up some interesting results and league positions other than the top one, which is quite annoying. But there we go. Hopefully he starts to make some bad choices. FPL wise, anyway. Maybe if he starts concentrating on his GCSEs, he'll have to slip up on the FPL. If I start cracking him down, making sure he does more homework, maybe I'll do less FPL work. But that is the football roundup.
So I've got division. I don't know what division Northampton FC are in. The Cobblers.
League One, is it?
League One could be. But they played Charlton. And my friend, my mate Paul, went to see him away in London. And
Any
Cobblers
fights?
won. No fights, but they won 3-2 with a goal in the 97th minute from Northampton. But he was telling me all about Charlton. Basically, he went down and he's spent the day around there, and Charlton being a Premiership league. Well, when it was, I'm not sure if it was Premiership, but
they definitely were. I'm pretty sure it was Premier League when they were up there.
Yeah,
Alan Kirbishley, weren't it? He was the manager.
He spent quite a bit. Spent most of the day around there, and he's telling me, got this massive football stadium, like multiple tiers, probably holds about 30,000 people, and just the fall from grace.
Oh, the mighty have fallen, eh?
Yeah.
Say mighty. Wasn't really mighty, but
And while they're there, the Cobblers fans were singing about Appleton, the manager at the moment. Well, the ex-manager now, because he got sacked immediately after the match.
Oh dear. Are they going to go down? Charlton doing rubbish then?
They're not. They've lost 10 games in a row. Oof. So yeah, it's just it's so sad.
Not really.
There was 10,000 people on a Tuesday. 10,000 people in the stadium. And it was for Northampton, that's packed out. That's nearly capacity. But yeah, Tuesday match in London. Yeah. Poor old Charlton.
Still pulling in the crowds down the tiers.
Yeah. I'm sure people have been lifelong supporters of this team.
The attendance at Luton hasn't really changed. Because we used to sell out the crowd when we were in League Two, and now we're in the Premier League. It's slightly larger, but it's still only about 11,000. So, but that's as many as you can get in there.
Yeah. But say Luton 10,000, 11,000 capacity. Charlton, Division 1 team on a Tuesday.
Well, that's all the Premier League money they had before. So we got a new stadium in the works, 20-odd thousand. So hopefully, crack on with that soon.
Nice. But yeah, that's my little bit of football from this week. Yeah, just a happy. I might start getting into Northampton. I don't know.
Mm.
They're doing pretty well this year. So
Yeah, they're not in this up, aren't they? I think.
I don't know. It's just nice to do something new, something different.
Bored of the gym, then, are you?
No, I'm not actually. No, I'm not. I'm still doing classes. I'm still going when I don't do classes, and I'm doing like swimming or cross trainer or on the treadmill and stuff. And I'm actually feeling a lot fitter as well, so
Yeah.
which is good. Yes, yeah.
I'm feeling fatter, so swings and
you,
roundabouts.
you don't go gym, do you?
No, I have like 3 nights a week that I'm working out, so yeah.
You're going
Unfortunately,
today.
I'm making up for it elsewhere more. So with like other things, I'm not counteracting the bad days with the work days now.
Right.
Despite walking miles and lifting weights all night long, effectively. But yeah, need to address the fatness. So because that
It's
time,
once
yeah.
you get through all the nice things over from
I've still
Christmas.
got a fucking half a tub of jelly beans. That was another F bomb there. Reckon I'm up to about 10 now. Oh, we've had a little score update. Oh, Forest have drawn 0-0 with Bristol City in the cup. So that's another game for them. By the look of it. Oh dear. Don't need that.
Yes. Oh, what's Sumi saying? Oh yeah. Sumi saying Klopp leaving at the season. So that's all the football, is it?
Yeah, that'll do. That was a good football
That'll
section. Lots of football.
do. Cool.
Back into it now. There'll be lots of blanks and double game weeks coming up with all cups and finals and God knows what, extra games and missing games. So keep an eye on the fixtures. Apparently there's a blank for Luton, Liverpool, Man City. No, not Man City. Chelsea and Spurs on week 26. So don't be packing your team with loads of players from those squads before week 26. There might. I think Man City have got a double that week. Man City and Brentford have got a double in game week 25. But there's going to be more coming. Oh, Chelsea Villa have drawn 0-0 as well. That's a shame. Still 0-0 in the Man City Spurs game as well, I believe. So
boring game day tonight.
James Maddison's back in the squad tonight for Spurs, though. See, we're said we're finished with football and it carries on going.
Cool. Okay, we'll go to the listener stuff. If we're all done.
We are definitely done.
Cool. Right. Message in from Colin. Psalm 79, 67. Oh my god. Numbers today. I've got an inability to read numbers today. So
you just saw the 6 and you just imagined there would be a 9 at the end.
Yeah. So Colin says, physical or digital? How do you like to play your games? There's two things. There's two parts where you can read it two ways. Is either do you like to buy a physical copy of a game to put into a console,
I think that's what he means.
Or digital, or actually have a physical game, have a board game.
Yeah. I guess you're right, but I reckon he's talking about the first one. To be honest,
I can't remember the last time I bought a physical game. No.
I got one with my PS5. I installed it onto my hard drive, and I've never played that game because it's now in PS Plus anyway.
Brilliant. I think it might have been something on the Switch.
Oh yes, to be fair, I did buy Super Mario Wonder on the Switch as well. That was probably the last game I bought. Physical. If it's on a Switch, I'm definitely physical. Well, not all the time, because they never have good sales. Or well, I'd say that. They don't have good Nintendo sales.
No, the problem is if you're buying a Mario game on the Switch, even 5-7 years later, you can pretty much get the same amount of money that you paid for it. It's all the third-party shit that you pay for whack and get like a $5 for after.
Don't buy anything Ubisoft when it comes out, because within 2 weeks it's like half price. That's my advice. It's anywhere. Like, I don't know about physical media, but digitally for sure. They're like within like at most a month. They're usually on sale for half price.
Fuck! It's not selling. That's
Yeah.
sorry. There's another.
Well,
F-bomb.
it's only me that counts, I think.
Okay. Like sell it. Get rid of get as much money as you can possibly as quickly as possible. Yeah. No. So yeah. Apart from Switch, it's physical.
Digital. You mean? Don't ever buy a physical on PC because I can't even put anything in it now. PCs don't even come with disk drives anymore.
I don't have a no. I just had a look. I was like, no, I don't have a CD drive.
No, the cases. You'd be looking hard push to find a case that comes with a place to put
No.
a CD-ROM. CD-ROM, as if you put a CD-ROM in anything now.
I'm surprised they haven't started like selling them USB sticks. Like
I think they'd be too expensive.
They're not.
You mean like need like 100 gigabyte more potentially?
You just need like a
USB
couple of meg,
stick.
and it's just like a link.
Just a down. Exactly. You don't need it. It's just pointless. So yeah, start putting me on SSDs. Like, here's an SSD with a game on. You can like take your PC apart and plug it in and screw it back in.
Yeah.
But that reminds me. But yeah, it's physical Switch, digital everywhere else basically, and probably don't even buy games on Xbox or PS5. I just subscribe to the various subscription things that they have, and obviously play most of my Xbox stuff on my PC anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of SSDs and putting them into your PC, this PC that I bought with the new motherboard and everything, it's got some cool stuff on it. Like, you know how much of a sod it is to get your graphics card out? Now they're enormous. There's like a button that you have to press that's usually underneath the graphics card where it is to try and release it.
Right.
Well, I've got a big button on the motherboard. I just press the button and it pops the motherboard, it pops the GPU out, which is quite a cool addition.
Why are you messing about with it like that?
Well, you want to change when you want to upgrade. It's just a matter of like unscrewing the screws on the side. You just press the big fat button, and it goes pop. All right, lovely. Instead of like putting something like wedging a screwdriver in and hoping you don't
like you can
slip
just walk past
and
and accidentally press
no,
the
it's
button.
inside the case. It's on the motherboard, Dave. Yeah, when you put in your SSDs in.
You've been playing that computer too much. Pop. Like,
yeah, that'd be annoying.
Go.
Yeah, when you put your SSDs, obviously normally you have to like screw them in and everything.
Yes.
You just put it in the little slot, push it down, and then do a little screw. Well, this one, you put it in the little slot, push it down, and you just turn a little thing, and it locks it in place.
It's got like a bit that tightens into. That's a good idea.
There's loads of little cool things like that. That's why it's worth. The motherboard was about, if you buy the motherboard, it's like 300 odd quid. So, which is why it was all expensive.
You do pay for quality on motherboards, and it's
probably not worth
£200
for that little feature, but you know.
I don't know.
It's the other stuff.
Motherboards is the first thing that people skimp on when they're like knocking stuff down. It's like, oh, I don't need the best one. I'll get like. But actually, if you pay for a really good one, as long as it's early in the life cycle of the actual socket for the CPU, it's a good purchase.
I believe AMD have committed to AM5 chipsets for the next 3 or 4 years at least.
Yeah.
So I'm good for a little while. And I got my RGB working as well on the front, my fans.
Was it not working before?
It was the cable that comes with your lights, the fans. There's one for the power to make the fans go round, which was working fine. And then there's another one that makes the lights work. And there's several places on them. Yes, 3 pins. Well, it's 4 pins, but one of them's blocked off. So it's you can know which one to put it on. And there's these little pins sticking out your motherboard. And I could put it on, but it was like, it wouldn't go in. I was like, that's definitely not on properly.
Right.
And I was like, I don't really want to push too hard because I don't want to break this fucking, 300 odd quid motherboard. So I was like, didn't like it. So I just pulled it off in the end and left it. And then I was like, I'm going to have another go at that. Because I've been reading for ages, for like 2 weeks, to try and make sure. I was like, no, that's definitely. There was a lot of people complaining about how crap the connection is for the ARGBs.
Right.
And I was like, just the other day, I was just like, sort of wiggling it on, and it just went straight in. I was like, oh, it's actually on. Right. So I managed to get my coloured fans going. Looks super.
And then
nice.
what did you use? Like Armor Core or
Armory Crate is an Asus motherboard.
Armor,
So so that's all powered through the motherboard, and we've got Corsair cooler and everything, RAM.
right.
So it's like that needs another program.
IQ, I think.
Yes, that's crap, by the way, that program.
Yeah.
I've selected it to be a certain colour, and every time I turn my computer, not every time, but occasionally I turn my computer on, and it's like, that's not the right colour. Why are you doing the wrong colour? Stupid thing. But there we go.
Yeah, I've found, I don't know if you can probably see it in my camera if you can see. I've just got the swirly ones,
Yeah.
because I chose that, and then that's the one that stays, and now I just don't have it as startup, and so it's just
Right.
it just stays like that all the time now. And you can set it to like match the keyboard and the
I had
mouse
something.
and
Yeah, there's one you can copy your desktop,
yeah.
like copy one of your monitors. But I was playing Hunt, and it was just constantly flickering. I was like, I can't have that. Let's do it my edit.
No, so my keyboard and mouse is just like it's a rainbow, a slow rainbow effect.
Yeah, I've changed my keyboard because that was getting on my nerves. Of it, I had certain things where just certain keys would light up, and then it was quite dark in here. And I was trying to type, and I didn't see any of the letters. I was like, because I don't touch stuff. I'm like,
Oh,
you
like you
really
had the
can't see any of them.
WSAD
Yeah,
and yeah. No, it's a good idea sometimes, and when you do it, it's like, oh, that's really good. If I just on these games, if I just do the ones that I do, but then like
yeah.
you try and use the keyboard, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Then like it doesn't come off that profile for whatever reason because the
No.
software just doesn't work. And you're like, great, now I can't see any of my keys other than the ones that are lit up.
Yeah.
But yeah, slight diversion off of the physical or digital
Yes. No.
conversation.
Thank you, Colin, for your question. I got another question from Joystick J. Joystick J says, "Hi guys, I've been catching up with the podcast recently. I decided to start a drinking game every time Neil says
Fuck,
or
fucker,
or
fucking.
I take a sip of Bailey's. I'm currently in hospital awaiting a stomach bug." There's 3 more for you, Jason.
Yeah, he's had quite a few already tonight. I'm going to be trying to be really good from now on. I'm going to try, but obviously failing
I think
miserably.
you were trying to start that like at the start of the episode, but yeah.
Oh no, you didn't have much to drink tonight.
Have you not?
So no, it's usually once towards the end I'm probably really bad because I've had a couple of beers and I'm just like every other word is F bomb. But
I find it hard to not say or
yeah, I noticed myself doing that as well. It's quite
yeah, it's filler words
when your brain's not really working. Trying to think. That's a clue what's happening. Every time I say my brain's trying to do something and failing. There we go again. What was I going to say? I was going to say there was a guy at work many years ago who always used to say, people who swear a lot, it's a sign of higher intelligence. I say that's fucking bollocks, but there we go.
I don't know. It's not higher intelligence. People that swear when they are injured, the actual injury hurts less.
That's been proven, hasn't it? I think
that is actually a proven thing. Yeah, because it's not that you concentrate on the swearing, but like I don't know, it helps for some reason.
Some sort of endorphin rush or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's I know that about swearing. So yeah, that's my random fact about swearing. Anyway, Joystick Jay had a question. Look back at the start of the millennium. So yep.
That'd be when you were born, Dave.
Start of millennium. I was 17. I wasn't 18 for 8 days into the year 2000. So
yikes.
Yeah, it was a bit of a rough one on the millennium. Getting out and about, having some drinky poos.
I can't remember what I did New Year's Eve that year.
I went to the Millennium Dome.
No, I definitely didn't do that.
And I got in, and I was bricking it. But yeah, that was fun. Yeah, what did you do? Did you
I have no idea.
couple of drinks along Leighton Buzzard?
Maybe had a couple of drinks, I'm guessing, but don't remember.
Well, didn't wear your silver hat, like your tinfoil hat, thinking
No. I was,
the
didn't have my computer on, obviously, because I didn't want it to break.
yeah, the Y2K.
Yeah.
God. So question is, what in your humble opinions have become better in the world since then, and what has become worse?
Well, video games have got better.
They have.
Everything else has got worse.
I don't know what games are we talking in the year 2000.
Well,
Are we talking
that's still
PlayStation 2?
maybe. I'm not even sure PlayStation 2 was that out yet. I don't know. It was OG Xbox, I think, in 2000, wasn't it? And then, because I think was the 360 2003, something like that.
PlayStation
Maybe.
2, just looked it up. It's 4th of March 2000. So
What, PlayStation 2
1.
came out?
Mm.
That can't have been very long. I feel like
Oh, it's in Japan and then North America and Europe at the end of the year 2000.
when did PS3 come out then?
Fucking hell,
Because that was a long, that was quite a long cycle for the two. 2000.
2006.
God, that's really short. I didn't realise that PS2 was only around that short, brief a period of time.
6 years, 7 years.
It's not that long, is it? Yeah, weird.
Yeah, 6, 7 years. But yeah, so it would have been PlayStation 1 or N64, 4?
Yeah, I guess so.
Dreamcast?
No one had a
This
Dreamcast.
is Sega Saturn. Was that around same time?
No, weren't we up to GameCubes then? I don't know. When was the GameCube? I don't even know. Because the Wii must have been around
No.
mid 2000.
GameCube was 2001.
Wow, wasn't that far away.
The Wii was 2006.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, the games before PlayStation 2, I'd say modern games, especially
PS1 games do
console-wise,
not look good. Let's be honest.
they are not very good at all. They
At the time, they
both
were amazing,
don't
but
hold
now
up.
you look back and go, looks a bit ropey, mate. Looks a bit ropey.
That's because we were playing them on like the old analog TVs.
Yeah, I don't think that's the only reason. It's the really low
Part of the
qualities.
reason,
Yeah, I
like
guess.
360p
Was it
or
HD?
I can't remember.
Oh yeah, maybe.
It wasn't
No, it might have been a 480,
HDMI.
480p or
Yeah,
whatever.
could have been. I remember
We had
the
widescreen TVs by then, but they were just enormous.
yeah.
We hadn't quite.
Yeah.
Unless you had a fancy plasma, I don't know when did they come out?
No, they weren't then. They were
Must have
not
been
then at all.
not long after that. It must have been early 2000s again.
But yeah, I think it was the original Xbox didn't come with a HDMI port, and then they released an update that did have an HDMI port on it. That was a big
I
thing.
think that was the 360. 360 didn't have
360?
HDMI. You had a special component cable,
Right.
which you could then. And came with a composite one as well, and then the later 360 came with an HDMI.
Right. Yeah. I always think of the 360 as being the OG one, but it's not, is it? Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
PS3 must have come with an HDMI then.
Must have done.
Did that a 360 come out first then? Must have done. Anyway, there we go.
I'm not just gonna Google this whole
We could be here a while.
Yeah.
I'd say on the whole, video games are much better now.
So video games, yeah. What's become worse? Prices for everything.
Everything. Everything's worse. Politics, far worse.
Yeah.
Inflation, fucked. Ooh.
Petrol prices. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a bit depressing when you think about it.
That might be because we were younger though.
If you're born now, surely only things are. Oh no, they're not going to get better, are they? It's going to get worse. I pity my kids. What life are going to be like when they're my age? Are they going to get to my age? I don't know.
Yeah, I do wonder about like things like house prices and stuff. My daughter, like, I can't imagine anybody getting on the housing market now.
Nah,
So
it's crazy.
expensive. Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
You can
Like,
move to Scotland, you'd be alright. Maybe.
who wants to move there though?
Well,
Nice to
Scottish
visit.
people, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure they say the same about England. You know, it's
I
nice
don't
to
think
visit.
they wouldn't want to come down here. That's for sure.
No. Unless they want a job or healthcare.
You ain't getting any of that, mate. There's no healthcare for anyone now.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a bit of a down on that one, but thank you,
Yeah,
Jay.
I'm trying to think of
question.
something else. Must have got better.
So what I don't know. Well, I tell you what's got better. Modern transport. There you go.
Not
So
public transport.
e-bikes, not public transport. No, that's got shit. That's got worse. But like the electric bikes, the scooters, e-scooters. In Northampton, we've got all the e-scooters that you can
They
rent.
just get a lot. It's just like electrical rubbish that gets left around. It's like people just dump them at the side of the road.
Well, they say it. Well, yeah, but then other people rent it and then
They just get
bugger
littered
off and
everywhere.
dump it somewhere else. Yeah,
They're the
they
new
don't go.
like skanky mattress.
No,
You used to see skanky mattresses dumped at the side of the road. Now you just find
They're-
an e-scooter somewhere.
They're not like that. Yeah, sometimes people can be inconsiderate. Fucking shocker. You know, ooh, you know that's not news. You know, sometimes people leave these things lying about in the past and stuff. I go when I go walking and it's in my way, I go and pick it up and like prop it up properly.
You're such a good
so
citizen, Dave.
So fucking, you know,
We need more people like you.
People get outraged and do fuck all about it nowadays.
Yes.
That's what annoys me.
You can't like it on Facebook. You know, you can't get angry about it. You can't just give it a like to go, that's it, I feel better now. I've liked that comment. I've done my bit.
I don't think yeah, that's just me. People have got a lot of easily outraged nowadays and like literally do fuck all about it. Me and the missus, we go out little picking on a Sunday with the dog. We take a little picker and a plastic bag and we fill a plastic bag up and we put it in the bin as we walk past. So fucking what? Like, but like people will go, oh look at all this litter, it's horrible. Do something.
Yes, Dave.
They just moan about it.
Dave for president. Oh, we haven't got one of them. I mean, prime minister.
And yeah, like, I suppose I'm moaning about people being moany bastards and like.
Rightly so. Rightly so.
So yeah, that's the thing that's probably got worse is that people are less both considerate and actually actively try and help the situations now, rather than just fucking take a picture and post about it and go, oh, isn't this shit? So yeah, well done. You've raised awareness for this slight that you've had, which effectively does fuck all. Yeah, well done.
Yes. Yeah. Social media. Blame that's where everything's gone down the toilet.
Yeah.
It's not so. It's anything but social.
Yeah, it's the unsocial media now.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jay, for your question, and let's go off on a little rant and a tangent. Yeah, everything's bad. What's been better for you and worse for you since the millennium? That's my question.
Good question, Dave.
So Neil, we're going to what we've been doing, but you have not put anything in.
No, I haven't, because I've not really been doing anything other than playing games. I did when I couldn't sleep this morning. I was looking through all of my apps of things to watch on TV in bed.
Okay.
And I ended up watching the first 2 episodes of The Sopranos, which I've never seen.
I've never seen The Sopranos.
And it's alright, I guess. There's like 6, 7 series of it. I was like, when you watch the first two, I'm like, yeah, I guess it's all right, but I don't know. I guess it goes places. But I remember that thinking, like, I watched the first couple of Breaking Bads and I wasn't that bothered about it, and then I watched loads of it. So, and same with Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Game of Thrones was a bit like,
Right.
yeah. But yeah, Sumi says it's great. It's a slow burn though. Sopranos,
Right.
I'm assuming he's talking about. But
yeah,
like things sometimes don't start off. There's not really tons going on, but you know, great performances, I guess. It's just really like, I don't know, it's 90s, isn't it? So it's pretty old now.
it is.
So,
It is. Yeah. It's funny you say that. I've been watching. I don't know if I've said about it before, but I've watched the first season of Star Trek: The Next Generation
yeah.
recently in the last couple of months. And that's pretty bad. But I've started. Oh, I know. I was like, oh, I needed a break because it was quite bad. But recently I started watching Stargate: Next Generation season 2. It's
Stargate.
better. Or Stargate. Star Trek.
I
Next
caught the
Gen.
opening credits to Stargate SG-1 the other day, and I was like, this is old. Change the channel.
Oh god, you must have been on like the sci-fi.
I don't know.
Or...
I don't know what channel it was on. My wife, she watches loads of crap in the day. She watches like Midsummer Murders. We had loads of Vera for a while. She was watching.
Vera.
She has it on in the background while she's working.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know. Magnum PI was on earlier. The new Magnum PI.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched any of that.
Yeah, don't
I
bother.
suspect
Don't
it's
bother.
pretty shit.
It's
Yeah.
She's just, what did she say? It's just something I don't have to concentrate on. I was like, yeah, you might as well not have it on.
I kind of understand that. I do like having like a bit of music on or a bit of radio.
Yeah, music I can get. That doesn't use up loads of electricity to have the TV and the Skybox on when you're not really watching. But yeah, other than that, I didn't get around. Because she's been out this week, so we haven't watched True Detective episode 2. We're screwed up, ready to go. I've watched the first few episodes of The Traitors the other day as well. The new series of The Traitors.
I haven't seen that either.
And it's finishing tonight, and I don't know what. Don't put any spoilers in the chat, Christian, if you're watching. But I have managed to avoid largely anything. I've muted it on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I did that today because I kept seeing people posting. I was like, get away, get away, I don't want to see anything.
It's like when I try and avoid the F1, and I literally have to put my phone away.
Just don't put Twitter on at all or anything.
Yeah.
I usually get a notification from the F1 app. Say, so-and-so's won. And I'm like, great, thanks for that. Completely forgot to turn that app off.
I've got twice in the car when I was like, I'm avoiding everything. Like I was going to see family, or I was going we went on a day trip somewhere or something, and I literally got in the car, switched on the radio, and it was the news saying, "Oh, Leclerc's won the Grand Prix." Like you fucking yeah, that happened twice, and I was like, the first time I was like, oh, yeah, bad luck, and it happened the second. I was like, whenever I'm not like watching a race and I want to watch it later, I have to disengage everything. Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, the new series of Traitors, first 2 episodes, I was ready to just keep watching it because it's compulsive viewing.
Is it that good? Is it?
I find it really. Like I thought, I was like, they can't recapture the magic of it again, surely. Like the first season of it's completely new, and it's like people like, there's people in there that've got to kill off and murder their friends effectively,
right?
But then everyone has to compete as a team in all of the to build up the prize fund and all that,
right?
So it was my first series was like this one guy was brilliant. Who got right
so
to the end.
So it's like season 1 of like the Big Brother when that started. Like
everyone was completely like addictive or whatever.
Yeah. Like everyone was genuine. Like and like there wasn't like so much sort of big-headedness and stuff going around, and just. But no,
I'm impressed with how like it's still like the editing in the show. It's like obviously we know who the traitors are. And there's all these conversations going on in the house, and there'll be like a cut to one of the traitors like doing a funny look or like looking away, going like. But it's like you don't know that they did that at the same time as that conversation was going on and all that sort of shit. Because it's clever. It's clever. It makes me like. But my missus and my son were watching it with us, and they were like, she's like, can't you just fast forward this bit? I was like, no, I can't fast forward this. Why would you want to do that? It's like, why do you want to miss all the chit chat stuff? Because that's where everyone's like trying to suss out what's going on. Yeah. But yeah, I really think it's really good again. But I mean, I've only watched 2. But and like I say, it's finished. I think there's about 10 or 12 total.
Right.
But like that needs some binging.
But yeah, we missed it to start with. The first one was like last year, I think it was. Or the
well, I haven't watched. I know it's been in like Australia and America and all that. I've never watched any of those ones. I've just watched the British one. So
right.
Yeah, Sue says with the UFC he goes totally offline every Sunday until he's watched it. So yeah, you have to, don't you? Turn your phone off, basically. Uninstall all of those apps that you've got to keep up with everything. Tell you everything before you know what's going on.
Because guess what? They tell you everything when it fucking happens. And you're like, damn you! Yeah.
So that's it for me, really.
That's
what I've been doing.
Cool. So, because I've been going to the gym a bit more, I've had some more free time on my hands to listen to some podcasts.
Oh.
And so I was going through my podcast the other day, and I was like, Joysticks and Chill have released a new episode.
What?
8 months after the
Wow.
last. And I'm not sure if they should have.
Wow. Rude.
No, it's a great podcast. I've nearly got through it all, but it's a comedy of errors in everyone's. So everyone's got something of why they shouldn't have done that recording. Like I can see why it's been a crazy 8 months because like there's been phones that have been smashed multiple times, and like just like just everyone's got something going on, and yeah, it's a great podcast, and I hope they do another one. But yeah, there's a lot of really good stories.
Tough to catch up with them.
You need to listen to it.
I try doing it every week and I'm coming up with something to talk about every week. Here we are, however long in, and we haven't started talking about video games
yet. No. So no, glad they're back. Glad that they've recorded an episode. I hope this week they will have a bit of a better time.
This week?
This week? I don't know if they do it weekly. I know
they definitely don't do it weekly normally.
No, no. Good on you guys.
Good to have you back.
Yeah, good to have you back. Yeah, I hope to hear more of your dulcet tones while I'm jogging along, puffing my heart out on the treadmill. And yeah, I've been. You said about Nextlander. Nextlander?
Oh, yeah.
Nextlander. So I've been listening to that. I tried to start at the very beginning.
Oh, that's quite a few now.
They're up to like 80 odd or something. So, so I tried to start at the start, and then Spotify just randomly put on the latest episode. But even though I specifically said oldest first, so they randomly jumped to a new one. So yeah, it's Drew Scanlon. No.
Alex Navarro.
And
Vinny Caravella and Brad Shoemaker. Yeah.
And they're great. Yeah, I love them. They're
know what they're talking about.
Guys. Yeah, they're the original guys from Giant Bomb.
Are they all the originals? I know they've done like Jeff Gerstmann. I always remember Jeff Gerstmann being on Giant Bomb.
Jeff Gerstmann was the was one of the founders, along with Ryan. Who's the bloke that died? Jeff Davies.
Yeah, I know that one. That's before I listened to the Giant Bomb.
Oh, okay. All right.
Drew Scanlon was involved somewhere along the line. I don't know if he was about Giant Bomb, but like there was like I don't know, is it One Up or something or whatever? There's been loads of like even now Giant Bomb, just those people who are on like Games. What is it? GameSpot? Not GameStop. Yeah, GameSpot is like
Game
the
Spy?
video.
No.
No, GameSpot is the sort of thing, and there was people from all over the place that turn up on Giant Bomb
Yeah.
and stuff like that now. But yeah, I still like Giant Bomb.
Yeah,
It's all
I
new
stopped
people,
listening
but
to them. Yeah. No, I kind of lost it for
yeah,
me.
I still listen to the L Crew anyway. So
That's it. But no, yeah, Nextlanders, good podcast. So yeah, you say they're all from the game industries. They've been in the game industry for 20,
yeah,
20
professionals.
more than 20 years now. Yeah, and they're basically primarily like paid through by Patreon,
Mm.
and adverts. But yeah, like I wish I had all day to play games.
You don't, yeah, I don't know. Would you though?
The
I would
problem with
play
me is
if I didn't
I'd
have, if it was a job. I'd think it would become less enjoyable. If you literally had to play a complete piece of shit as part of your job, it wouldn't be so much fun, would it? If you could just play the stuff you wanted, it'd be fun.
I think those guys don't have to do that. I think they
I
play the
guess they
games
do.
they enjoy playing because they want to talk about a game that's good.
They do play a lot of games.
They do play a lot of games, but they don't have to invest so much time into the ones they don't want to play.
I guess.
I don't know, unless that's just my work ethic, and they're like, no, like this fucking, I don't know, Barbie
I
Funhouse
feel like they probably get access to all the
needs
like
40 hours of gameplay to make sure it's crap.
the current they get like press accounts or whatever, won't they? So people they don't have to pay for the games.
No.
They probably just log in and they just got access to everything basically. But
Could be. Yeah.
if you play it, you've probably got to talk about it, I guess. So good or bad.
I don't think they have to.
Yeah, I don't know. There probably is some. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Maybe a lot of these marketing companies would prefer no comment if they didn't enjoy playing it than them slagging it off. So.
Maybe.
No.
I forgot something else I did the other day. I typed in the chat earlier and it reminded me that I did something the other day. I uploaded something. So if you're a subscriber, instead of having a little star next to your name, you get a little seal now.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to try that out. Hi.
It didn't work for you. You're not subbed.
Good. I am subbed, but I'm a founder. That's why.
Oh, maybe it's that.
And I'm a moderator.
Weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that's not working though.
Yeah. give you some work to do.
More work to do.
So this is in Twitch, by the way, if you're listening. We're messing about the Twitch. We have instigated a Saturday night film night in the household. So every Saturday night, every Saturday,
no one's allowed to get out of it.
We're going to watch a film, unless we're all out, or but Saturday night. So last Saturday. No.
What did you watch?
The Saturday, not last Saturday, but the Saturday before, we watched Independence Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Has there been two of them? There's been a new one, hasn't there?
There's a Resurgence as well. Me and Vic watched the Resurgence one. It was pretty shit.
Is Will Smith in that still?
No.
You're not?
No.
No, it wasn't going to be very good then, was it?
Who else isn't? Some of the other famous faces are.
Not the old guy who flies up the big spaceship's bum.
He died in the original.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers on a 30-year-old film. But no, the original Independence Day actually holds up pretty well, we thought. And we watched that with my daughter, who's 13. So that popular media would have definitely passed her by. But no, so we watched that.
What you got lined up for tomorrow?
So last Saturday we watched The Fifth Element.
Oh,
another classic sci-fi.
Is it?
Yeah. Bruce Willis, action. It's got everything.
Was there a lot of action in it? I could feel it was a bit weird, that film.
It's got lots of action in it. It's got a hot Ukrainian model in it as well.
Is it? Wasn't that? What's the name? The one that's in all the Resident Evil films.
Yes.
Can't remember her name.
No, I can't remember her name either. But she's very hot.
I've not watched the Resident Evil films either.
I haven't watched the Resident
I think I
Evil
might have only
films,
seen
no.
Fifth Element once, and it was such a long time ago. I can't really remember any of it.
It's good. Yeah,
Well, maybe
there's a
I'll have
lot
to
of
dig that
there's a
out.
lot of practical effects. There is some CGI as well.
Is there
And
any
it's actually
Muppets in it?
done pretty
Like
well.
puppets?
I would say practical effects. I don't think there's
No.
puppets. Maybe.
Have they got like little models
Maybe.
of cars like flying through the sky? They're on strings and things like that.
No. Um,
Like,
but
have
yeah,
you've seen Aliens?
I've seen Aliens. Yes.
You know, like it's quite obvious that the tank thing is like a little model and stuff like that.
Yes.
When you watch it back,
It's
you're like,
it's
maybe it's
it's
because it's in higher definition now, but that looks pretty crap.
yeah, it doesn't look great. No, I think Fifth Element holds up very well.
Fair enough.
So tomorrow, I don't really know what we're gonna watch. I was thinking about 9 Monkeys.
Jesus, 12 monkeys.
Another 12 Monkeys. Well,
they lost three.
Three quarters of the film. the last quarter's a bit shit. 12 Monkeys. But maybe I'm just on a Will Smith.
Is that Bruce Willis as well?
Not Will Smith. Bruce Willis.
Yeah. There was a TV show, 12 Monkeys, for a while.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I saw the first couple of it. Yeah, it's just so much TV.
It's 12 Monkeys, but in a TV series rather than the film. I think the film.
It's to do with time traveling and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So there's either that or I don't know. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of extremely good films that are older than my daughter, who's 13, 14, that still hold up now, that is worth a watch. And not fucking Dirty Dancing or Ghost or other bullshit. Romeo and Juliet, that might be a good one. Like the 1990s or 2000s.
Oh, what? DiCaprio.
With DiCaprio, that might be a good one.
What's her name? The one from the Homeland. I can't remember what her name is.
Homelander?
Homeland.
Oh, right. Oh, I don't know.
Well, I can't remember what her name is.
No.
Yeah, she's the woman in Homeland. She was in that weird fantasy thing as well. George Clooney film. Something about Star. I can't remember. Anyway.
But yeah, no, I'm
tune in for this great content next week.
We're definitely missing Fraser, aren't we? Fraser's definitely got a mind for him.
He would have remembered. He would have helped me out there, I think.
Yeah.
Helped us out.
So no, yeah, I'm basically on the hunt of decent
old movies that are good. Are you going back to the 80s? You might not have seen, like The Breakfast Club or stuff like
that. I've never seen that.
No, I don't think I have, to be honest. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris Bueller? No, I don't know if I've never seen that. Maybe.
He was in a film my wife was watching the other day. What's his name? Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
See, I remember his name. He was in No Hard Feelings, which I watched about the first half an hour and I was like, this is amusing, but I'm not going to watch it because it's not that good.
Yeah.
What's his name? Jennifer Lawrence. I hadn't seen him for years, and then he was in that.
No.
So yeah, weird.
No. Maybe a Back to the Future, but maybe Back to the Future 2.
No, it has to be the original.
First one.
But I feel like we've watched some old films, and when you watch them back, and the kids just like, this is crap.
Yeah. Don't know. So, but yeah, I will have a think. I'll have a search. Funny to talk about tomorrow because we're going to Camden Market tomorrow. Yeah, so the family.
The train's running.
The trains are running.
Speaking of things that are not as good as they used to be, trains.
Yeah. We're getting the 10:20 train down to London in the morning. So yeah, so we're going to go down there. We change at Euston. We get on the Northern Line and we go straight to Camden. We're going to make a day of it.
Cool.
And then we're going to come back about 6 o'clock. Get on the 6 o'clock train. We'll get back about 7:30.
What do you do down there? Go to the pub?
Eat, go to a pub, go and have a look around the market. There's a place called Cyberdog, which is like a raver sort of clothing and makeup and accessory place that's really cool. It's like you go in there and it's
Can you get like augments fitted?
there is a adult only section
Oh, really?
that I didn't go in last time because it was just me and my daughter, who was 12 at the time, so it's probably best not to. But no, they've got stupid things like the LCD glasses, or like music reactive t-shirts, and like all the UV and like hyper colored makeups and lots of weird and wonderful stuff. And it's a real good actual just to go around and have a look. And the music's playing really loud, and they've got like it's a really cool place to go, and that's in the heart of Camden Town. So we'll definitely go there. So there's endless places of places to eat, and have like coffee and just stop off, loads of like leather stores, um, loads of jacket places, and also like places where people like customize their own clothing or make clothing like out of spare denim and stuff, like make bags and hats and widget. It's all really sort of bespoke individual stuff. And it's just a real good sort of look round and have a look. Last time
It's
we
not
went
Northampton.
down there, it's not Northampton. Last time we went down there, like I spent way too much money, that I should have. But like it was all really cool little things, and yeah. So it was just me and Bella, my daughter, that went down last time. But it's me, Vic, and Belle going down tomorrow. So
Cool.
yeah, so
Have fun.
having the day of it. Yeah, no, it's I've got a gym session in the morning first.
Oof.
Got my lift club, and then
Is it
coming
leg
back.
day?
Tomorrow it's I think it's military press. So you have the weight on your shoulders
Front of your
and then
what in
like
front of your
do reps
in
up.
front of your head?
So, huh?
In front
Yeah,
of your head.
yeah. You've got to kind of like put your head back,
Yeah, you
push
don't want
up.
to chin yourself, do you?
No.
Wow.
So yeah, I don't know. So it's just me doing that tomorrow. So yeah, I think I've done like 50 kilos maybe last time. I don't know. I'll see. But yeah, my shoulders and back are kind of feeling it after the gym yesterday. So we'll
You
see.
can't get enough, can you?
Might as well get your money's worth.
Well, yeah, you don't. You
I
can
think
go
like
like another month and like do it that month as well.
if I wasn't actually using it, I'd feel like I feel cheated. I think it is. It's me and money. It's if I don't get my money's worth, like I feel really like bad, like for
Yeah.
having it. So yeah, I was like, no, I'm gonna fucking like make
Good stuff, mate. Good for you.
every penny count. Yeah. So no, it's good.
I don't pay for the gym.
Do you not?
No.
Oh, you don't go to gym, do you? No. That's it.
I get my
Pay for a
money's
gym
worth though.
yeah. No, I do feel better. Like I know I've only been going like three weeks and stuff. I actually do feel better. That's good. You want to do that couch to 5k again?
I can't fucking. I've got. Oh, maybe I'll try and go for a run soon, but I need to have had a good sleep, I think, before I try it again. So maybe when I get off nights, I'll be fucking. I need to get off nights, but when I get off nights, it's going to be dangerous.
Why?
For like, well, I'll be eating properly, probably, and like available to have a drink more days of the week when I can at the minute and stuff like that, because I don't drink obviously when I'm working nights, but I might be tempted to have a cheeky beer or a glass of wine when I'm not having to go to work at night.
Have it as a congratulatory. I've been to the gym or I've gone for a run.
Yeah, that feels. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
First thing is I need to get off nights, big time.
Yeah, it is. It's not good working
No.
nights. No. What else? Oh, if you're watching on Twitch, you will notice I've had a haircut.
Yes.
I used to have, I don't know how, quite long, couple of
It was getting
about a
pretty long.
foot. Yeah. I've just got.
You got a skin fade?
Short back and side or something. I don't know.
No, I got a skin fade. No.
No, I don't know.
It's like where it's like no hair to start with, obviously at the bottom.
I've got lots of wet bits where there's no hair.
Yeah, but that's not a skin fade. That's just being bald.
They work at my hair, and I had a black bib, whatever it's called, on that thing on, and just looking at the amount of grey hairs coming off, and I was like, oh mate, I'm so much more greyer than I realised. It doesn't really bother me, but at the time I was like, oh my god, there's so much grey hair.
With my hair, just I don't know. It's just blonde, I think, not grey.
Yeah, bleached from all the sun.
Yeah.
So a haircut, and then we. So at the moment we're like when we moved into this house, we kind of like put everything into this office, my computer, and I have the same desk for where I work. And the missus got a desk to my left as well, so she's got that there. And we just kind of crammed in what was in the old den, my sort of log cabin, into this room. But we're thinking of having a sort of a rearrange, in that the missus is going to like convert the third bedroom that we don't actually use. There's literally no reason why we've got a third bedroom. She's going to convert that to her office, so she's going to work from there 5 days a week, and I'm going to work in this office, but I'm going to do something different, maybe sit at different desk for working.
Getting a standing desk?
The missus wants a standing desk. I don't want a standing desk. I'm happy sitting down, thank you very much. No, I might have a different desk for my podcasting and computer playing games, and a different desk for actually work. Because at the moment,
do you have a work computer then, or do you work on yours?
No, I have a work laptop. Yeah. And I've got a dock that plugs into my monitors. I've got two 23-inch, I think.
23-inch? I think 27, eh? Oh, well, you're doing separate ones for work.
So I do have some separate ones for work, but they're not plugged in.
Right.
Because I just use the same ones for my home computer and my work one. Because in theory, I'm not got both on at the same time. So, yeah. But I want to separate it, and the missus is like, she wants her own. She doesn't want to live in a boy office anymore. She wants.
It smells of farts in here.
It smells of farts and coffee, and dog, because the wet dog normally comes and sits on the sofa. So no, she wants a nice smelling office for herself, which is fine for me. It will mean that we will see each other a little bit less, but it's fine, to be honest. I'm so busy at the moment.
Not like you're like living miles apart, is it?
No, that's it.
A set of stairs separates you.
But no, that'll be good. So, but that's on the cards. I don't know when that's going to happen, but we're making plans of getting a new desk for her. And she wants.
I was looking at desks. I want a new desk.
She wants a weird like Z chair or something that you.
Oh yeah, that's like they're good for your posture, but you sort of sit with your legs at 90 degrees, but you're sitting at like your calves, not calves. Your thighs are like pointing down at 45 degrees.
It's really weird. I didn't really understand it. I was like, okay, some weird sex position thing. Fine,
Is
whatever.
it?
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't know.
So yeah, so she wants a standing. She wants an electric desk that can go up and down, and also this fancy chair that
I was
she
looking
says
at
is really good.
desks that go up and down at IKEA. They've got them, and they're like £600.
And get them slightly cheaper from other places. Fitspod, I think, is
I can't remember.
one
There
of
was one that I was looking at that was just the experts in standing desks or whatever, and they were still quite pricey, 400 quid. But
yeah.
I was like,
You
I
can
don't really need one.
no,
I just want
no.
a bigger, a deeper desk and slightly higher.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I want more desk surface.
Yeah.
And that's why me having two as a separate for my gaming and my work, that would work for me. Because yeah, and there's just two loads of there's all my work stuff and
Yeah. I
game
cleaned
stuff
my
on one.
desk up the other day. Got rid of all the shit and actually cleaned surfaces, and they're all nice and clean. Loads of space. All clean.
I do want some monitor stands.
Yeah.
Like what's it called?
Arms.
Yeah. Because yeah, like trying to clean behind everything and do cable tidies and everything while the normal ones are there, it's not very good. So, but yeah,
Nice.
that's the
Assuming you'll have spent
plan.
about £3,000 by next week.
I don't have the money. Honestly, mate. After all this wind and rain and stuff, we've had a shitload of the plaster coming off the outside of the wall. Yeah. So we're gonna have to get that done, and that's gonna be 15 grand in the summer
Oh my god.
to get the whole thing redone. So, fucking honestly, it's I
Yikes.
don't have that money. It's like, but the house is falling to bits. It's like,
No.
fucking hell. Alright, yeah.
It's not really falling, it's just the decorative layer.
No, some of the actual, not only the paint has come off, but like the water's obviously been getting beneath, like between the. I can't think of the bloody word now.
It's not a mottle and daub house, is it?
No, it's got a white
Yeah, I can't
outside
remember.
to it. I can't
They
remember
have
what
that
it's
weird,
bloody
like,
called.
fucking whatever it's called. I don't know.
Yeah, but the water's been getting behind it for years apparently,
No.
and then all this water and rain, has water and rain. For fuck's sake, David. All this. That's the, no, I can't put that as the show title. All this wind and rain has got behind all the plaster and blew it off, and basically came out the other day and goes, "What's all this white stuff and all this other stuff like on the floor?" And we looked up and like a massive chunk has blown off.
Oh, no
Like,
way.
for fuck's sake. So
Stick a
yeah.
dehumidifier on it. Oh, it doesn't really work outside.
Yeah. So
Well, that's shit to hear, but
there is
sorted.
stuff like I can mitigate some of that cost myself, but it will be I still need to get scaffolding up. So I need to pay for the scaffolding, get that put up. I could probably take off all the loose stuff myself and give it a good clean down, and we might be able to patch it depending on how bad it is. So we might get away with it being okay for another year or two, but there's serious money down the road.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes. Yeah.
let's
Not
hope we
great.
get that sorted.
So we will see. So yeah, that wasn't supposed to be our Mexico fund. So we'll see about that.
Probably important to get your
Anyway.
house sorted out there.
Yeah, it's quite important. You know, have somewhere to live that isn't rotting from the outside in. Yeah. And that's it for what we've been doing.
Crikey,
Really.
that took a long time.
It did.
Well,
we will
thanks
go.
for joining the Seal podcast.
Yeah. I kind of half expected Fraser to appear, but I
Yeah,
suspect he is like, nah, I can't be asked now.
probably.
I was
He's
just
not
checking
playing
he's
video
not playing
games by
Hunt.
the
No,
look of it.
no, he's not playing Hunt yet. So
Maybe he's still talking to his boss.
yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll go on to what we're playing. We'll start with you, Neil, because I don't have a lot this week.
Well, I've not played loads. I played lots of Hunt Showdown this week again. Don't know how many hours I've been plogging away on that this week. Quite a few. But yes, I didn't play it for ages. Got into it obviously when we got into it originally, and then just hadn't played it for ages. And now I'm playing it on my own, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the day, just plodding around the bayou, trying to not get shot. Occasionally succeeding.
I was
Having
going
some
to
good
say, have
times.
you not run out of credits or characters or anything yet? Or...
No, I stacked up a load of, like, you have these hunters obviously, and they get to level 50, and then they don't progress after level 50. So if you win the prestige game, you retire your hunters, and all of that XP that you've earned gets converted into another kind of XP, and you can level up and prestige and start all over again. But I ain't prestiging. I've committed to the non-prestige game, so I'm level what?
Right.
No, prestige 0, rank 100. I can't go up anywhere. I just...
Because you don't actually get anything from prestige,
well,
it's just like from the...
You get a new badge for your profile, basically,
right.
as you go up, and you unlock rewards at certain prestige levels, like skins for guns and things like that.
Right.
But I'm not that bothered about them.
No.
So I'll just
That's
run around.
understandable. What? Yeah. Well, why should you? Yeah, you might as well have
other
the
people
best
like
characters. It. Yeah.
I've got like 20 odd hunters. They're still level 50. Well, maybe. I don't know how many I've got. Quite a few. This is a Fraser message. Let's see what he's saying. He's done. He says we'll assume we'll finish without him, but you could text him and say we're still talking. We've just started talking about games.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So, yeah, still just running around. Like I say, having a mixed success, as you do with this game, of killing folk and then just getting one shot by some guys. But there's this. They've introduced. Obviously, we have all these traits, and they've introduced new ones over time. From when it first, I had a lot of time off, and they introduced this one in particular called Necromancer. Well, they had a Necromancer, but what they did, they changed it for solo players. So Necromancer is, if you're alive and you're in a squad, you can revive your teammates from a distance. Right. Don't really know how far you have to be away. But if you play solo, you can come back from the dead like The Undertaker. But obviously people know this who play the game. So if they suspect you of being a solo, when they down you, potentially, they will either set you on fire or put some traps down on you, or do both. Because if you burn out, basically you've got these health chunks. And it's usually like your total health pool is 150 at the start of the game. If you get downed, your 150 could be divided up into like 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 little chunks.
Yeah, depending on the...
so every time you get down, you lose a chunk. So if you've got a lot of small chunks, you can get downed a few times. But if you get 3 big ones, then you can get down 3 times. So you get down, you lose a chunk, they set you on fire, and your next chunk is basically like slowly burning away as you're dead on the ground. And then when you res, if you do, then you get whatever chunk you're on will restore, but it won't go past that. So you might be down to like 50 health total or whatever. And unless you go and banish the boss or get some other trait that gets your chunks back, then you've lost that, and you're easier to kill. But so quite a few times, like I've downed a few solos, and I'm like, if I'm carrying my trip wires, traps, I go all over, plonk a little tripwire trap down, and then maybe step back and then throw a little fuse on to set them on fire. And when you set them on fire, if you put a trap down and set them on fire, the trap goes off, and there's all this barbed wire all over their body. So when they get up, they're instantly in a barbed wire trap going, it's like taking damage and like bleeding.
Okay, right.
And they've also been on fire, so they're losing health immediately. And then usually I'm watching them with a shotgun, and as soon as they get up, I go bang, shit with a shotgun, they go down again. Excuse me. Which is amusing. One guy, literally, I killed him 5 times because he had so many health chunks. Which was funny. But you'd have thought after 2 or 3 times he'd just stop getting up. But he didn't. Just kept getting up and go bang.
Stay down.
So that was funny. And then, yeah. So it happens to you the other way around. You've got to like, you can hear while you're dead. Sound goes a bit weird, but you can hear people around you and stuff like that. So you can usually hear someone put a trap down because it'll go like when people put a trap down. You're like, right, shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got to get up. There's a timer before you can get up as well. And there's like one the other day. Me and some other guy killed each other at the same time, and well, it was like he killed me, and the other guy was bleeding from my damage, and he literally died a couple of seconds after me. So it was like I got to get up first, and then I'm already ready, like reloaded my guns, and they get up and just blasted them straight away. So there's just so many funny moments in that game. If you've not played it, you should really. It's always on the sale. When it's on sale, I'll just pick it. Yeah. So yeah, we're still, and then me and Fraser's obviously been away for a few days working. And last night he come back, and I was like, oh, I should probably I was a bit tired. I woke up at 9 p.m. I was like, oh, I really want to get bed early, try and get some sleep. I was up till 2:30 playing Hunt with Fraser. At 2:30, I was like, oh, I could just carry on playing. That's the problem. But yeah, more Hunt Showdown. As you do. Better not talk about it anymore.
I'll talk about my first game on the list. I've been continuing to play XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. Still playing Iron Man. I learnt my lesson a couple of weekends ago. I didn't play any when I was drinking because I really fucked my game up, losing most of my best characters on that one mission. But no, just playing like a mission or 2 a night at the moment. Spent about half hour playing each time. It's just something at the moment where it's just like turn it on, do this 1 or 2 bits, and then I can put it away. It's quite easy because you know I'm like I get suckered into just one more turn or just to finish this one thing, and then like 5 o'clock in the morning, like damn.
Still doing some late ones though.
Well, yeah, not as late as I would do normally. But yeah, since having my new watch, I've kind of found out how much or how little sleep I have at the moment, and it's quite worrying. So I am trying to be a lot better. So yeah, I'm averaging about 4.5, 5 hours at the moment.
That isn't not good.
So yeah, and that's me being good. That's me being. Oh, I need to.
That's sleeping at night still, of sorts. Or at least getting up in the morning.
It's me having a conscious thing. I need to have an early night. I need to, But yeah, like I just don't. Just if I have the opportunity to have, and I know if this happened once or twice, if I have more than 6 hours sleep, I just wake up. Like my body is so used to so little sleep, and it's not good. It's really not good. And it's funny
because you sleep more when you've done a gym day.
No, I sleep less. But it's funny because, especially after I had COVID, I'm like, I'm not sleeping. Like, I'm never getting enough sleep. I'm all, like, I feel like I'm always tired. But like, I'm still having like 4 or 5 hours sleep.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So yeah, like tonight, even most. Well, most Fridays, I used to like stay up until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, playing games and stuff. But I'll go to bed tonight, and I'll just wake up really early tomorrow morning. But like I try not to, but I don't know. It's just doing me head. It's like I can't get enough sleep, like because my body's like, no, you don't need to sleep. You're like all your sleep's all over the place as well, and
It's just
like,
wrong time sleep.
yeah. So it's just not enough hours in the day, to be honest.
No. Here's a petition. Start the petition for a 36-hour day.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not sure if I'd like to work for 10-hour days and then like have just a 3-day weekend like every week. I think I'd be alright with that.
I think I'd be alright with that. But it'd be a bit more work for me, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, and I'll talk about the other game. I might as well while I'm here.
Well, you're done with that then.
I've done with Chosen. Yeah, I play it occasionally. I'm still playing it. I've recovered from my massive fuck up. But no, I did play a game today, and it was described as very difficult, and I breezed it, and I was like, ooh, maybe I can like start doing some of the harder missions now. Apparently, this mission was supposed to be very hard, and I absolutely cakewalked it. Didn't get damaged or anything. So I'm like, maybe I can start actually going against some of the big bosses now. Because you're trying to hold off against fighting these big bosses while you're getting better weapons, getting more intel, getting more supplies, getting better grenades, leveling up your characters, getting more abilities for your characters, and adding different attachments to their weapons and things like that. So yeah, now I'm at the point I'm like, maybe I can go up against one of these big bosses and do alright. So yeah, that's good. Happy with that. The other game I've been playing, well, not as much as I wanted to, but I've been playing is Power World.
Well, you and about 20 million other people, by the sound of it.
8 million other people have been playing this game.
Only on Steam, that is.
That is only on Steam. Actually, a good point. Yeah, and the rest on Game Pass. So
I suspect there might be more people on Steam than there are on Xbox, but you know, no.
I don't know. It's free on Game Pass, so why not?
I feel like it's different though.
Yeah.
There's differences in the versions between Steam and Xbox.
So Steam is the better version of Power
You can have
World.
more players in an instance and all that sort of stuff. So
yes, yeah. I'm very tempted to buy this on Steam and create.
You'd have to start all over again.
It's fun.
Is it?
Yeah. Fair enough. I don't actually get to play this game as much as I want to. This is one of the games that I would like to play more. It's kind of like it's got a bit of survival. It's a bit like collect them all. The exploration, everything like that it's really interesting. I haven't had I've played with my daughter a couple of times. She's jumped into my world and we've been helping each other out. Pardon me. Yeah, it's a really good game. It's funny hearing people go, "Oh, Nintendo are gonna sue the hell out of these people."
I've heard lots of conversation on podcasts this week.
Yeah. My take on that is, if Nintendo was gonna sue these people to stop this game, they would have done it long ago.
Thing is, it's not Nintendo.
No, it's not.
Three companies own Pokemon.
Yeah. It will be one of them. Japan, all the game companies that created this game, and the game companies that own a Pokemon are all based in Japan. So it's not going to be an international thing. It's going to be a local copyright claim, which is a lot easier to do. In Japan, they don't actually have a fair use policy, so you can't claim that something is fair use in Japan and it be okay, because that's not a concept. So which would have been what would have been done in the Western world is it's fair use. It's it's open.
Thing is, from what I've heard, is the game is different enough from Pokemon that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They can't sue because it's not a Pokemon. It's not copied
No.
Pokemon. The game type is completely different. There are some
Yeah.
similarities between the monsters that you can capture, but they are not actual copies.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, but the Pokemon are based on actual animals, most of them, and the ones that are similar, like cats. Cats is the one.
Cats
that's
as
always
cats.
brought
You
up.
can't just copyright a cat.
It's a cat. You know, you can't copyright. Oh, cats are mine now. Nobody else is
Well,
allowed to use cats.
now people are trying it with letters, so you never know.
So yeah, it's if this would have gone,
He's
if this
beating
would
up
have
the
been shut
cat.
down, if this would have been shut down, it would have been shut down a long time ago. It wouldn't have got to where it is. It wouldn't have gotten
Anyway,
to
it's
Steam.
Jeff Keighley's fault because he called it Pokemon with guns on his show. So
yeah. Just because somebody makes a comparison between one thing and another doesn't mean it's copying it.
yes, so I heard actual lawyers who specialise in the video game industry speaking about it, and they basically said I probably won't go anywhere any sort of suing because like I said, the game type's completely different. And if you show two people in the street two things that are supposedly the same, they'd go, well, they're different. So you can see the difference. There's one as a Pokemon. They might not know they're Pokemons and might not know which is which, but they can see the differences. Yep. So therefore, they're not the same.
Yep.
So
now, what is interesting is what happens now if the game that owns Pokemon, the Pokemon franchise, releases a game that's similar to
what
Power
if they just brought out Pokemon on Steam?
Yeah. Or what if they designed a game that's like Power World but with Pokemon?
Well, I say, why don't they just release Pokemon on Steam? Because it's clearly a demand that could be met.
Yeah.
It sells. I don't think they'd cannibalise their own sales. And obviously, if it sells on Nintendo, they're taking the cut anyway. But if it sold on Steam, like this sold 8 million in less than a week, something stupid. So if they release Pokemon on Steam, it sells 20 odd million for a crap version of Pokemon apparently on Switch.
It's not a crap version. It's a good version.
No. The actual Pokemon game that came out, everyone thinks is shit compared to other older Pokemon.
Oh right, okay.
But yeah, this is a different type of game. You're not just capturing monsters. In fact, you're beating the shit out of them and slaving them,
murdering them. Yeah, you can unlock a meat cleaver which removes the animal or the POW from your not Pokedex, your inventory basically. Yes. Yeah. And you can capture humans as well and butcher them. So
good.
Okay. You can't do that in Pokemon.
It's all fair game. And it's co-op.
No. It's co-op,
obviously, which is a big difference.
Yeah,
What are you wrestling again? Have you got a? Oh, you are drinking bottles.
My bottle beer kit. Sorry, I need to put them away. Hang on, I'll get
a squidgy thing, something that you can play with. Not your penis.
Hang on. This is for the veteran gamers. The veteran gamers likes to use these.
Yeah. Well, don't do that. It's really annoying.
I thought they said it as ASMR or something like that.
It's not very. Oh. Is that the relaxing bit? I don't know. What's the I don't
know. So yeah, that's my games I've been playing.
Cool. Well, like no one's heard of this Power World games. Good job you're talking about it.
Yeah. I brought it up like 2 hours into the podcast.
I've not been playing Power World. There is another crafting survival game around, Enshrouded, that I am tempted with. Looks like giving me big Valheim vibes.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people are picking that up. So I haven't got it yet, but that is one I might be tempted with. But yeah, I haven't got it yet. So the only other game I played loads of this week is more deep breath. Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, the longest video game title in history.
There's a new one coming out, or is
There's
out?
one out now. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, a much shorter title. That's the subtitle. That's the subtitle.
Right.
So yeah, people are absolutely loving Infinite Wealth, from what I've heard. So I've just got another like 30 hours of Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, the longest video game title in history, to play before I can play Like a Dragon 7, like Yakuza 7, Like a Dragon, for about 150 hours before I can get onto Infinite Wealth for about 300 hours. But yeah, I've missed out Yakuza 3, 4, 5, and 6 as well. So there's another like potentially 400 hours of Yakuza and beating the crap out of people to play. But I might skip those now. So
what are you thinking about actually completing them before you?
I've started 3, and 3, 4, and 5 have been remastered. But they're not like, they're basically like look like PS2 games that have had a bit of a shiny coat of paint on them. So I'm a bit I'm not sure about this.
Right.
But I've played a lot of Yakuza's games now. A lot of time has been invested in Yakuza games. I haven't played many of their games total, because there's fucking loads of them now. That's been a while since I dropped one of those, I feel like. So there you go. There's another one. But yeah, so I'm playing Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, the longest video game title in history. And I'm on sort of the end of chapter 2. I think there's only 4 or 5 chapters in this, which is where like there's usually like 13 or 14, for example.
Okay.
I would say, from the games that I have played and completed. This has only got 4 or 5. And this is like old school, running around Sotonbori and beating the crap out of people, etc., etc., running errands for Akami, a young lady who all the young ladies love this guy, Kiryu.
Of course I do.
I mean, he's hot, but you know, he's a bit old now in this game, and his name's Joryu. But
is that right?
Because obviously he's supposed to be dead.
Same character.
He's supposed to be dead.
Right.
He died at the end of 6, but he didn't. Obviously, he disappeared. Did a Reggie Perrin, basically. Right. Walked off into the sea and left his clothes on the beach. So, yeah, I've just been massively like this lady Akami. She's like, she looks after all the homeless guys, because homeless guys are always a thing in these games, and they always help you out, and you always help them out, and all that sort of crap. Yeah. But in this game, she's like got this. She's got this network, and there's loads of homeless guys that she looks after. And any more ones that turn up and you meet on the street, you go and tell her, go and look for this Akami. She's going to sort you out, sort of thing. But she has loads of these side quests, basically, for you to do. And as you're walking around the streets of Sotonbori, you can get into little scraps. You can just get into random scraps, but then you can get into special scraps that are part of her network thing.
Right.
That boost the level with her network.
Right.
And you get benefits. The more higher a level this network is, you get benefits. And unlock. It gives you cash. I've never been so flush with cash in a Yakuza game as I have in this game. I've always got fucking millions of yen. And I'm like, I never have this much money in these games. And I'm doing all these, like, so I just go around doing all these little quests, and I'm like not progressing the story at all, because I'm just, oh, there's a little fight I need to have, so I'm going to have this fight. Right. Some of those fights are really hard as well. It's like, yeah. But then I've unlocked loads of abilities. So I've got new fighting moves and stuff. I haven't, like, there's one called the Tiger Drop, which is in loads of these games, I think. And it's like one where you yes, it's like a timing thing. Like when someone goes to punch you, you press a button at the right time, you drop out of the way and give them a proper big gut punch, and they go flying and take loads of damage. But I haven't unlocked that yet. It's like 2.5 million yen or something to unlock it. So I'm surprised you won't.
Do you still get the environmental like assist?
Yeah, if you're close to like a wall or something, and if you stagger someone and they're near a wall or whatever, you press Y,
Yeah.
or triangle, you like smash their head into the wall and all that stuff. And
Yeah,
it's
because
like,
I remember like the mailboxes or
yeah,
the
there's less of that. It feels like in this game because in like
okay.
I can't remember what was the one I was playing before.
So I played one and it was like, but if there was like homeless people or
Yeah,
like people around that were with you,
yeah, shop
they
owners.
would
There was one that
jump
you.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd like someone would like throw you a bunch of flowers or something, and you'd like shove
Yes.
them down their throat or something stupid.
Yeah.
I can't remember when I was playing that one. I can't remember which one that was. That was crazy, that one. But yeah, there's less of that. I haven't seen any of that. I haven't got any friends. I've got friends, honest.
I have friends, honestly. Yeah.
But yeah, they don't turn up in my fights. But then like
Right.
there's this place called the Castle, which I said about. It's like this boat with all these shipping containers, and inside is like fucking casinos and a big fighting arena called the Colosseum. And they like part of the chapter is I had to fight at the Colosseum to upgrade my level to do something or other to progress the story. And in the Colosseum, you can there's just like one-on-one fights, and then there's these team fights. So you have I've got recruited like 10 people or whatever who fight with me in these tournament battles. And so I just did a couple of them, and like one of the fights is like this massive dude with a giant club, and he just took out my whole team basically. And I was like, oh, that didn't work, and I couldn't beat him up at the end. But yeah, so I'm just doing all of this side stuff and not progressing the story. This is what always happens in these games. I get sucked into like it's like same as Grand Theft Auto. I always spend loads of time doing all the side missions and not actually progressing the story at all. So now I've got to the point where like I really need to just get on now and get to this next bit because I want to play like a dragon before I play Infinite Wealth, because I am going to play Infinite Wealth because everyone's going how amazing it is, how funny it is, and how it's a great JRPG. And I like because obviously Infinite Wealth is turn-based combat. It's like a proper JRPG. But the main guy, Ichiban, is really cool, apparently. He's really funny. And he's a really good guy, apparently. He always wants to do the right thing by everybody. But yeah, I haven't played Like a Dragon, so I've got to play that. But this one's good. I know there's some... like, this is sort of like a smaller Yakuza game, but it's still loads to do, and it's got quite an ending apparently. So we'll see when I get to that. But yes, Like a Dragon, Guy Down the Man who his name raised his name the longest video. Shut up! Let me finish. Anyway, yeah, that game. Go on, ask your question.
So have you seen the Reddit stuff? Have you on
I don't
this,
watch. No, I don't look at Reddit for anything like this.
Right. You just know that, or
I just like listening to podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like before Christmas and like Game of the Year stuff. People were talking about this being up there in the top 10s and all that sort of thing. So It's good, and I need to get to the end because I've got other games I want to play. So yeah, crack on with that over the next few days, and hopefully might still be fucking around doing loads of bollocks instead of finishing the game. But we could talk next week. One more game for me that I played not very long, but it hit Game Pass yesterday, I think. Sounds bonkers, this game. It's called Go Mecha Ball.
Are you capturing little...
No, there's no Pokemon.
Pets.
This is not getting sued by the Pokemon company. You do occasionally roll around as a ball. Well, quite a lot. Oh, hang on. I've just got to it. And it is a twin-stick shooter, basically. So, I don't know. I can't remember what the character name is. There's a choice of so many characters at the beginning. I'm not sure you can choose any of them at the beginning. You might have to unlock the others. I think, are you a chicken or something? A mechanical chicken or something weird? I don't know. But you roll up into a ball a la Sonic. It's 3D, like isometric view. And it's like I say, it's a twin-stick shooter.
Okay.
It's very colourful. It's very bombastic. There's lots of cool sounds, and it's full on in your face, loads of stuff going on. pretty
I was gonna say,
hectic.
it looks a bit like pinball.
Yeah, I did read that it's sort of pinball-y mechanically.
Right.
So there are
Frederick would love
ramps. Yeah, I told him to play it because I read that bit about the pinball. So you roll it up into a ball, and while you're in a ball form, you can't shoot. But what you can do is like do like a supercharge as the ball, and you can ram into enemies as the ball. And when you ram into enemies as the ball, that's how you get more ammo and health and stuff back. And then you pull left trigger to go into the ball form, and then while you're pulling left trigger, pull right, and he does like a whoosh. And that's when you charge into things and knock out ammo and stuff like that. And then you transform back into your normal form, and you walk around a lot. You walk around slow in like your normal form, and then when you're in the ball form, you move a lot faster. And it's just a bit manic and hectic, and like the sounds full on, just boom, boom, boom in your face, like loads of bright visuals, and it's all right. It seems pretty cool. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's a very long game. And as you progress, you like say each level's got like 3 waves of enemies you need to kill, and then a portal will appear at the end, and you whip down the portal and then do the same again. And after I think 3 levels, there was a boss.
Right.
It was like a giant ant, my boss. And yeah, so you go into like a boss fight, and you've got to try and kill the boss while not dying.
I'm watching it, and it's got like weird like video, as in like replay or rewind, or is it like pretending to be a like a TV show or something like that?
I don't think so. Like you're getting stuff flash up when you hit enemies and things like that.
Right.
And like I say, there's ammo drops, and every time you finish a level, you get an upgrade.
Right. Okay. I think it's that graphic that I was seeing was the level or wave complete. It kind of looked like it was.
Then there's a little shop before you hit the boss. There was a shop if you've locked enough coins. It's a bit like it's not about Hades, but it's not as good as Hades, but similar. Like I don't know if it's different levels every time you go in, because I've only played one run, got to the boss, and that was me done. But I'm going to play a bit more of it. It's fun, and mechanically solid, good. Mechanics are good. A lot of fun. As I say, super loud on my headphones, and that's the kind of game it is. It's just, like I say, it's a bit pinball-y, like hitting ramps and stuff as you go around the levels, which ping you around in the ball form, and then going around and shooting stuff, which is fun. Like as I say, twin stick shooters, they're good. Some of them. This is all right so far. And I say it's not super long by the look of it. So I didn't beat the first boss. I failed. Is it a spider? It might be a spider, actually, not an ant. I don't know. Didn't count its legs.
I'm just watching it. I don't know.
Looks a bit like it could be a spider or an ant. I don't know. But you got to learn the mechanics, and you got to dodge out the way of all of its shit. And it drops little enemies as the fight goes on, which are like it get in your way and annoying.
Yeah.
So, but they are opportunities to grab ammo and health, stuff like that. So, yeah, it's all right. I'd say check it out.
Ooh.
It's on Game Pass. What's it going to cost you other than your time?
If you're a BT customer, you're probably already paying for it. Bit of popular pop news.
Oh, I see that. I got mine included for 12 months, and I made sure when I read the news about people randomly being signed up to Game Pass on their BT accounts, I made sure mine was set to auto renew off.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's probably it. I'm
surprised you
didn't pick up Brotato. That was another game.
Oh no, that's another twin stick shooter, isn't it? Was it today? Is it out? I thought it wasn't out yet.
Maybe I've got my dates.
There was another game that came out. Can't remember what that was called.
I did. Oh, no, sorry, I got my dates mixed up. That must be in 2 days' time.
Right.
Go Mechaball, Pal World, F123.
Yeah.
Turnip Boy robs a bank.
Oh, that's the one I downloaded. I haven't played that.
Yeah, I
Is that a
played a
twin stick
little bit of
shooter?
it.
Was that twin stick shootery as well?
I don't know. I play it with mouse and keyboard. It could be twin stick shooter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
funny. It's a stupid funny game. Tenant Boy and Rob's Bank. And then those who return, those who remain. Sorry.
yeah, that looks a bit
Resident
different.
Evil 2.
Yeah,
Did I
Resident
talk
Evil
about?
2 is on Game Pass if you haven't played it. That's also on PS Plus.
Did I talk
For
about
extra.
Super Mega Baseball?
No, don't think you
No.
did.
I tried to play that on my Steam Deck.
Well, cloud streaming.
Cloud streaming. It's too reliant on ultra.
Timing.
Yeah. It's got to be absolutely bang on, and unfortunately, it let me down on that game. You couldn't reliably hit or get the right hit because there's like just micro stuttering. So yeah, unfortunately,
I'm not a
I
massive
couldn't do
baseball
that.
game fan.
I'm not. I just thought I'd just pick it up and have a go, see if it'll
Mm.
work on my Steam Deck. And no. It's same as the F1. I was going to try the F1 on my Steam Deck, and I was like,
don't stream racing games. That's not a good
no,
idea.
no. I thought if I'm not sure if that was available, but I saw it and I was like, oh, I could give it a go just to give it a test. But after trying the Super Mega Baseball on Cloud Stream, I was like, no, I'm not even going to try.
You need
I
to
don't
try
think I
Go
can
Mecha Ball, not Mega Baseball. Go Mecha Ball.
go Mega. Yeah, I could try it, couldn't I?
I don't know about that on cloud streaming. It's only a small download.
Yeah. All right, and that's it. That's it for me. That's it. Is that for you?
That is it. Other than the usual daily coffee golf.
Yes. I was nearly upset with myself the other day when
Sounded
when
like
I
you
missed
might
it.
rage quit the other day.
Oh fuck's sake! 20 hits on 5 holes. That was
I was gutted today. I thought I was going to get I thought it was on for an 8, and then I realised it was only could have been a 9. But
right.
8 was definitely feasible today, sure.
Wow. I didn't look at the scores. I got a 10. I thought I got a 8, but I realised I missed a hole.
No.
Yeah. I was like, yes, 8. It's like, oh shit, why is it not finished? Oh bloody hell, I've got to do it. Yeah. Yeah. That continues to be fun. Coffee golf. Right, I'm gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
And call it a show. Fraser did say he would be available, and he's like, no, I've got to like eat and take the dog for a walk and stuff. So fair enough. We will be back next week.
Rose will keep us in control next week. We won't waffle on for an hour and a half next week.
No, Fraser will waffle on for an hour and a half next week. Yeah, we won't. He will. Cool. Okay, I'll wrap this shizzle up and say, get a big breath. Thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask us questions, get involved, please contact us either via email at sealpodcast@gmail.com or join us on the Discord server. A link is pinned on Podbean, YouTube, Twitch, or message me or Neil. I think it is on Twitter.
It's on X still, yeah. Pinned post.
Pinned on Twitter. We do have YouTube and Twitch channels which we upload and stream to. That I was going to have a go at Fraser because I was waiting for Fraser to give me a code to stream, but he was unavailable on the day last week. But I suspect he's been extremely busy. So
No. Next
time I see him on and like
I messaged him the other day. He gave me a code straight away.
Oh fuck's sake! Oh okay, I must have just caught him on in between.
Yeah, maybe it's the wrong time of day.
Yeah,
it's on a weekend. It's a bad time.
Yeah. I don't think we've had much in Twitch tonight.
Just Sumu. Sumu's been busy in the chat tonight, and he's obviously had to go off early because he's got work in the morning.
So cool. All right. Well, I'll leave it there. I'll catch up with you next week.
Yep. See you soon.
Right. Thanks, Neil. Speak to you guys. See you later.
Ta-da!
Bye.